This summer, our Appalachia Service Project teams serve Perry County, Kentucky. Perry County is located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in the eastern coalfield region and was established in 1820. The county is named for Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, a naval hero of the War of 1812. The county seat is Hazard, Kentucky, and our ASP Center was hosted in the remote and unincorporated community of Leatherwood, Kentucky. We stayed at Leatherwood Elementary School, which was a nice facility by ASP standards, but was recently closed by the county due to a lack of enrollment, which had gotten below 100 students. Some interesting statistics about Perry County are that the population is roughly the same as Thomasville, North Carolina, at just under 28,000 people. The per capita income for the citizens of Perry County is $27,913 per year. This places about 1/3 of the population of this county living below the poverty level. This year we had 4 work teams with 2 adults and 4 youth on each team. We had 1 2-person supply team, and for the first time ever, the cook team for the week was a 2-person team from our church. The 28 people from Memorial serving Perry County, Kentucky were honored to meet and work alongside some of the families of this Leatherwood community. We thank you for all of the support that you provided us and for being an integral part of our trip. We could not have done it without you. This is the story of this year's ASP Service Project. This is our story.
My name's Xavier, and this is my first time on ASP.
I'm Brian Riggs, and this is my second trip on ASP.
I'm Connor Priska. This is my second year in ASP.
My name's Dylan, and this is my second year on ASP.
My team is Chris and Summer, and my youth are Connor, Xavier, and Brian, and me.
Dalen, I haven't worked with her too much, but from what I've seen, she's a daredevil. Because when we were working on that roof, she'd get down right to the edge and be hammering things in or just whatever. And then Connor, he's helped me out some, just like lifting stuff, and we've had some good talks. And Xavier, he's been the one that's mainly helped just clean up all this garbage laying around. And so I really appreciate that.
I think overall we work really well together as a team. It was really nice to see all of the kids working together, and because it wasn't an easy job. There was a lot of stuff we had to carry out, a lot of stuff to the dump, the old shingles and wood and everything. And so, but they worked really hard, and anytime we asked them to do something, they were excited to do it.
We're doing a roofing job, and we're replacing all the old shingles and old molding wood and stuff from the house and putting in new metal tin roof.
We're putting a tin on it. It was asphalt shingles, and that stuff, it's rough to clean up. I think the previous ASP group before us, they ended up having a whole pile of just absolute garbage just stuck on the side of a hill. But me and Xavier, we worked on cleaning that up, and it took a whole day.
We did 20 bags of 42-gallon bags of trash to the dumpster on Tuesday.
I worked on a roof my first year of ASP, which was many years ago, but this one was a lot more difficult, and so it was a challenge for everyone.
We were supposed to put tin on the roof, but when we went to put it on, it was like all the OSB that was under it was completely rotten, or most of it was rotten, except for like half of one side of the roof, and the other half was completely rotten.
It will be hard for me to forget standing on their roof and knowing that if I move the wrong way, I'm going through it. And not like it's soft, I'm going through it, and I'm going to end up in their house. And that they live that way. And that it leaks all the time, and that it is, but there's nothing they can do about it. I'm thankful that I know how to do those things, and that I had people for a long time that taught me how to do those things. And then in a week, their house doesn't leak anymore. And that's really that is a powerful reminder of the ability that we all have to make a difference for people.
One of my favorite memories of this week so far is, so we were eating lunch and we knew that it was supposed to rain today, but it came in super quick. And so I was like getting my sandwich ready, and then Chris was on the roof when it was like pouring, it started pouring down rain. We're all on the roof trying to get the top of the like ridge of the house done. And we got it done, and Chris almost fell off. But I think it was a really good show of like teamwork, and it was really nice, one of my favorite memories. So
I really enjoyed doing it, especially with the kids. It was really cool to see them work together and push through, even when they were kind of nervous working on stuff.
The family's been pretty nice. We got dogs that are kind of running around and stuff, but they've mostly been kind of staying in the house and just kind of seeing view every now and then, just seeing what we're doing.
she has a son and a daughter, and they live with her, and other people come by, and they have 3 dogs. One's this like super cute Great Dane named Blue, and then they have 2 other dogs that like to run around and get out the gate.
They have this big old Great Dane that they just have inside the house, and it's a big dog. I think he's only a puppy too.
I'm really glad we got put to this site because you could tell the family really needed it, and it was nice. It was nice to see their faces once they saw what we've done so far.
My name is Channing Atkins, and this is my 3rd year going on ASP.
My name is Deacon, and this is my 2nd year on ASP.
I'm Lila Perez. This is my 4th year on ASP. I'm Adam A. Beck, and this is my 1st year on ASP.
This week we are working on finishing a railing for a ramp on the porch, and we are working on siding all the way around the house.
We started the week off finishing out a ramp. We worked on the side rails for that, built the side rails, added spindles in, and even built a gate for the homeowner and her dogs and their family.
We had to put siding up on a house, so we had to start with the home wrap, and then we had to do all that. And then we had to put the starter on at the bottom, make sure it was level and everything. And then we had to put the J-channel on like the windows and the sides of the house. And then we just had to put the siding in, which was really annoying. It's really hard to like snap in sometimes, and it doesn't like to go in its spot. And then you have to make sure that's like exactly level, or else like it'll make everything else wonky. So it has to be like pretty exact.
The house was situated on a mountain, and it looked like they had leveled out just enough for the house and then maybe 2 extra feet past that. So we had a really hard time getting the siding up safely because there was a drop off, and we were really afraid somebody was just gonna go down the side of the mountain. So we had to be really careful. That kind of slowed things down because there wasn't a lot of walking past each other, and it was just really tight. And then there were people working on the roof right above us, so we had to make sure that nobody was dropping anything off or falling off on someone else.
We've got the whole back side of the house full of siding. It looks really good. And we finished the ramp.
The family was very nice. It's an older lady and 2 middle-aged, and there is a younger son that lives here.
Kathleen has lived in Kentucky her entire life, and she was in her late 80s. And we got a chance to talk just for a little bit. She liked to sit out on the porch and watch everybody work and laugh, and she had a really good time. I think just being around the kids, which I did too. We have some really great kids. We had a lot of fun. I think everybody learned something new this week, which was really fun to see.
I really like working with my team because it's like really different like people. Like I've never worked with this leaders before, Michaela and Peyton. And then Channing's like knows has done this a lot and been on ASP multiple times. And I'm a 2nd timer, and Lila is, I'm not sure how many she's been, but like Adam A this is her 1st time. So we have varying skill sets.
Hammering's hard. Hammering nails is really hard. I struggle.
Our kids worked extremely hard. I think the thing I learned this week is that sometimes you just have to allow space and allow, as cliche as it sounds, God's timing to work. The first day we got out there and all 4 of our children, it seemed like they were all miserable or either scared to death of what we were about to embark on for the week. You know, you want to fix those things immediately. And as much as Peyton and I wanted to do that and kept asking, hey, what can we do? Like, are y'all okay? What's wrong? They were all like, no, it's okay. But within, I would say probably 30 minutes to an hour of being on the site, they got in the groove. They kind of saw what was going to happen, and we allowed that space for them to figure it out and have that moment for themselves. And it worked itself out.
We all just kind of pitched in, and yesterday Michaela and Peyton, they were really, really proud about the fact that we didn't complain about anything that they asked. We were just like, yeah, we'll do it.
The double team situation with having people on the roof when we're doing the siding is an interesting combo because we can eat together during lunch and we can help each other if like one person needs more hands than the other one does.
Because like we were doing siding and they were doing a roof, so just like you could see it all come together at once type thing.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Beck, and this is my first year on ASP.
But just you could just say it.
All right, so my name is Payne Pepler, and this is my second year.
My name is Parker Bird, and this is my second year on ASP.
I'm Jacob, this is my second year on ASP.
We put up siding around the house, we finished up insulation in the front of the house, and we put J-channeling. I'm not 100% sure what that was for, but I know it's very important apart from the siding.
This week we're working on the siding of the house, putting all of this gray siding up on the house, and along with the J-channel, the white outline of the house, making sure all the water stays out of the house and in stormy conditions around all the windows and doors and all the ventilation systems.
Then this part up here was straight open and kind of like, it was really set up weird. And then Rodney decided to cut it all off. And I had to make sure he didn't die. And then we reframed it and put insulation on it. And then I did the siding for it, and I'm really proud of that. Because I had to get up really high, and that scares me. But it's okay, because I did it.
And I didn't know, but this is actually Tyler's first year going to ASP, which I thought was really strange, because right as we got here on Monday, he started grabbing stuff, he got all the tools, and it was really cool to just see him work. He's never been to ASP before, and I thought it was really strange because he really knew what he was talking about. He just started going around talking this measure, cut this and that. It was really cool seeing that.
Me and Rodney talked to the team this morning and told them just about how proud we were. Coming into a job site, never doing siding before as an adult, and knowing that you have to lead youth through it and teach them how to do it, and also with the kids be able to respond positively to a work site environment where they be fine in the hot sun or, you know, screwing in nails all day and going through 400 screws in one day and getting measurements and cutting something wrong and having to do it again, and will they be able to hold that enthusiasm for 5 full days?
Heights don't typically bother me as bad, but then heights and a ladder, that kind of shakes because my legs shake when I get up high. Yeah, that was really scary. And then this whole time I had to be like at the top of the ladder, and there was one time I had to be on like the step at the very top, and I was like, Tyler, I can't do that. And he was like, I don't have another ladder, and then I did it. And I actually like learned how to use like power tools and stuff, which I've always kind of been scared of. I think it's like I can't control it as much.
Well, I worked with Ronnie again this year since I worked with Ronnie from last year. But this year it's gonna be this is my final year since I graduated, and so but I work with I got to work with Evelyn. That's part of my team.
Peyton is my bestie. I love her, and she was the only one that I really like knew going into this, except for Rodney and Tyler because they're there all the time. And it's been really great, like actually getting to know them better.
Parker's a funny goofball all the time. He loves to joke around. Evelyn's really hardworking, and she's funny as well. And then Peyton's such a good helper. It's like, Peyton, can I have a screw? And she's like, here you go. Always right next to me. Always standing by the ladder, making sure we're all good. Being the safety manager, making sure we have our gloves and glasses on.
There are things that we do to change people's lives with the house and with serving people. But as I look and see Evelyn learning that she's not afraid of ladders, and I see Tyler not really sure as a new leader what he's going to be like, and just taking off with that role and organizing them and doing things that I didn't even think about doing, and has been really good. And then seeing kids that I don't know so well, like Jacob, and seeing just, even though he's a goofball at youth, really gets down to work when he gets on the work site, has been great. And you know, Peyton Hepler has been fantastic. I don't know, you know, you kind of have limited expectations for some kids, and she just exceeded every one of them. And she's the one that's like, all right, are we going to get back to work? And I'm ready to, like, Peyton, I'm doing the best I can. So she is fantastic and lovely, and works really hard. And then Parker was our the other guy on the team, and he kind of started to fall into his own as well. This is his second year, but yet he's kind of finding his ability to lead and do some things that maybe he's not as he hadn't done in the past. So just really a really good group of kids.
Everybody was super excited, motivated throughout the days, and we were able to cycle through everybody in a way where when someone was becoming tired, another person could fill in. Somebody can be up on the ladder and they get tired, they come down, another person goes up. Everybody helping, whether it was just passing up tools to the ladder or actually cutting and measuring everything for the day. And it was really cool to see the kids understanding a work crew, what it means to work together.
There is the father and mother, Clem and Crystal, and they have 3 children, 1 daughter named Zoe and 2 boys named Joe and Zay.
So the family we're working on has puppies. So
The family here, that they wanted to help us the best that they could. Joe on Monday decided to help Spencer and Matthew dig a hole for the porch, and that's huge because it shows that he cares about what's going on.
Zoe's more open. She likes to come out and eat lunch with us. Yesterday was pretty funny. So when we went to bless the food, Tyler asked who wants to bless the food, and Zoe perked up and said, "I'll do it." And right as she started saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I thought that was pretty funny.
Me and Zoe, I ended up making her a friendship bracelet because she told me I asked her if she would want one because I've been making them for everyone. And she did, and I gave it to her yesterday, and I think she wore it for like 5 minutes, and I haven't seen it since.
They seem to be a really good family, under a lot of pressure because of how their house is. But I think after we finish up over here, they're going to have a much better living space, and they're going to be a more joyful family.
Clem was a really interesting guy. He had lived a life and had done a lot of things. He worked for the coal mines. He worked for like heavy equipment mechanic guy, and just talking to him was really, really interesting. And I've done this for a long time, done it for 20 plus years or whatever, and he came out one day and brought this hat. He said, "You look like a John Deere guy. I want to give you this hat." And it was really hard for me because I never really received anything other than maybe a piece of pie or something from our families, and so it just meant a lot to me to be able to do that.
Hey, my name's Cadence Allen, and this is my first year on ASP.
Hi, my name is Bella Atkins, and this is my 3rd year on ASP.
Hi, my name is Grayson Denton, and it's my 4th year on ASP.
My name is Dawson Atkins, and this is my 3rd year on ASP.
Our project this week, we were tasked with building the 5x5 deck you see behind us with stairs.
This week, we worked on a 5x5 deck off the side of the house right here behind us, just so they could get in and out of the door easier. So we built stringers, and we did all the railings and all the deck work for the porch right here.
It was hard because we're in such a small space and we have so many people, so it was really cramped, but it was really fun. I think I got to learn a lot my first year.
You know, everybody got to hopefully learn something new this week. I had Cadence
notching boards out and screwing stuff down, and G running the chop saw, so it was a really good week.
I mainly worked on the stringers and building the steps with Matthew. So Spencer did all the actual math, so I had the easy job of just cutting them.
Yeah, we had a great family this week. Fortunately, we were able to get our project done pretty quickly, so that gave us a lot of time to hang out with the family, which is something you don't usually get.
Last year I didn't have a family. We didn't have a family at all, so it was kind of good, kind of nice to have a family this year. Because last year we didn't have one, so yeah.
They've been super welcoming to their home and everything, and we love having them around here while we're working.
A mom and a dad and 3 kids. There's a 15-year-old boy, a 12-year-old boy, and a 6-year-old girl that has the country's accent I've ever met, but it's the cutest thing ever.
Their youngest daughter is the sweetest girl ever.
And the oldest boy is always willing to help. He was out here the first day. He dig majority of one of those holes by himself.
Our family had 3 kids. They were very loving. They had a bunch of puppies.
Oh, she's super sweet. She just had a litter of puppies, so we got to play with her puppies a lot. Our family, there's a lot of dogs around here, and I'm loving it.
So we were on a double site this week, which is something that usually never happens. Usually you're on your own site, you got your group, that's what it is. I think being on the double site and being able to hang out with the other team, with Rodney and Tyler, it was really neat. You know, kind of break bread with everybody, hang out, help each other out when we could. Yeah, I think that was kind of a blessing in disguise. You know, there have been a couple times where we're like, we need a little help over here, or, you know, we could go over there and help them. So I think that was really cool.
We eat lunch together so we could bounce ideas off of each other. We can talk to each other. It's different than just sitting with your group. And we could see their progress while they saw our progress. And that was cool to see because you could see how hard they were working and they could see how hard we were working.
We had a really good crew working on it for the most part. A few exceptions here and there, but overall we all worked good together and we got it done, and I think everyone had a good week.
I had a really good team this year. I had good adults. I feel like it was a lot of fun because I don't really talk to them much at youth group, so I got to learn a lot more about them and what they like, and I'm glad that I got to be with Bella and Dawson on there last year.
Chris called me a few weeks ago and was like, how would you feel about Dawson being on your team? And I was like, well, I think that's a great idea. I think it'd be awesome for our senior year for us to be together. So I guess Dawson went along with it or whatever, but I'm super glad that he was with us this week. And then Kaden.
Camera.
Hey, puppy. She is. I used to have a doggy like this when I was a little girl. Mine was named TG. Mine is Trixie.
Trixie.
Oh, Trixie. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Trixie.
Whitney and I got to be the supply team this year, which is a new role for me. I haven't been a counselor for a little while now and wasn't able to go on ASP last year. So a lot of these kids, it was the first time I'd met them, and I've been so impressed with them, loved working with them. Just a great group. And
they've been great. So Tony and Lorna got a phone call about a week before we got to leave for this trip. And the kitchen conditions are not what you would call ideal. And so they had gone through about 3 cooks before we got here, and the staff was currently cooking. And so Chris called them up, and they immediately kind of jumped on board and said, yeah, we'll do it. And they have been fantastic for us. Quite honestly, from what I can remember, probably the best ASP food I've had to date. But they woke up early in the morning, got our breakfast cooked. They got here early in the afternoon, started cooking again, and I will say about 100 mouths have been fed each day, and I have not had one complaint or heard one complaint from anyone about it. And so I'm just very thankful for their service and their example of discipleship.
Tony and Lorna's food is great. I was super thrilled when I heard that they were coming because, I mean, they've always cooked great. Compared to years in the past, it was exceptional.
They didn't have cooks.
for this week, and we thought about it and we prayed about it and decided it was the thing we were supposed to do, and turned out to be a bigger blessing to us than it was that we were to them. It gave us the opportunity to get to know the young people in our church family, who are phenomenal.
I was very reluctant for a number of reasons, but it turned out that the obstacles that I was concerned about weren't really very significant, and we were able to make it through all of the week without any real problems. Nobody that we know about got real sick.
It is amazing we continue to get people to go, because it is just this incredibly hard work. It's so different than what people do. You know, we're excited we have air conditioning, you know, and so relatively speaking, this is just, you tell people at the beginning of the summer, like, we're gonna go in 600% humidity and work in the rain, and you know, you're gonna be cold and gross and hot, and the showers are gonna be on a trailer, and like, people just don't sign up for that stuff. And so I'm perpetually amazed we continue to go, and that people enjoy it, and that they have a great time, and that they want to go back.
All these people, they've come from all around the country. We got some from New York, we got some from Tennessee, North Carolina. They're all over the place, but they're all great people. And just hearing their stories and why they're here, I think that's just real amazing.
And it's just a really good, fun experience. It's really eye-opening for some people that have never been, and they look at stuff like this and be like, well, I have a lot to appreciate. Because some people don't realize the struggle of people that are going through crises like this.
ASP would be a good trip for this opportunity, and you can learn how to do stuff if you're interested in construction. Some of it, say, like you can learn how to do things and try something new, and to build stuff.
I've always found that changes happen in the lives of the families, but in our lives as individuals, it's really kind of cool to see how things change as well. So I just see God kind of moving in that whole situation. So it's a blessing in both directions.
If you're looking to grow your faith and grow your relationships in your youth group, this is what you want to do, because it is where your limits will be tested, and you will have to, I guess the word I'm looking for is persevere, but you will come out of it closer with God, a better person, and closer with your youth group.
We are genuinely helping these people, and they can't, we're helping them as best we can, and we're doing our best. And it's been great to actually see how much work that I can put in, because I didn't think I could do diddly squat, but I did it. And it's been great to see that side of myself, and get that faith in myself, and that faith of what I can do, and seeing what all the people around me can do.
There's times to work and times to have fun, but the fun can be work. You can go to a job site and work hard and be in a full work environment and have a fun time, and then go back to the center and play basketball all afternoon and have a great environment to be in, full of other believers, and there's a place you can go where you're going to fit in, and everybody's going to be positive, and everybody's going to be helping you, and you will always have someone there. I do think it's a crazy good learning experience for all the kids in every way possible, from the beginning to the end.
I think it's remarkably cool that most of our participants don't go to Memorial. Outside of youth, they don't go to Memorial. They may not even have a church family outside of Memorial. These kids that come from varying backgrounds and varying family situations, and certainly different economic situations than what Memorial was for a long time, that they find a way to raise the money and to participate and to show up. And so this is an opportunity for them to experience Jesus in a real way that may not happen at home. We want the church to be this living, breathing thing that touches people, and this is one of those ways that it happens. So, and it doesn't put a butt in the seat, but it it makes a big difference. So I think that's really hopeful for me. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for people that donated. I'm thankful for people that prayed for us while we were up here. I'm thankful for people that showed up and made breakfast while we were getting ready, and for people that showed up to a commissioning service. You don't think those things matter, but when those kids look out and they see that, you know, all these people that said they supported them did, and that they showed up, and that you want things to be different, then make them different and be different, and be willing to be inconvenienced to make a difference.
Well, ASP is a good program, and it gives like an opportunity to help people with houses, to bring kindness of it, and let the people know that God was with them, and that we can help elders.